Hey boys and girls, I have a really fun story to share with you guys today. It's called Land of Now, and it's written by a local author, Katie Mullaly, and it's illustrated by Toby Allen, published by Faceted Press. If you like this story as much as I do, you guys can visit the landofchildrensbooks.com, and they have really fun links that you can follow. They have a few different books you can check out that are just as fun as this one. I hope you enjoy it. There once was a time I was roaming about, feeling lost and so very befuddled. I was stuck in a place full of chaos and haze, with my mind all distorted and muddled. Then I noticed among all the clamor and mess, someone so peaceful and quiet. I asked, "How can you sit there so calm and so still? Don't you see all this ruckus and riot?" "No, I don't, my young friend," said the undisturbed one, "because I'm in a place full of peace. I'm in Land of Now, where there's stillness and calm, but you're trapped in your thoughts that don't cease. Even though we're both here in the very same place, sharing this very same spot, your view of the now is unruly and wild, thanks to your unending thoughts. If you'll sit down right here and let me be your guide, and take a small moment to pause, I can show you the reason for all this commotion and get rid of the actual cause." I did not want to stop because I was convinced that I needed to keep moving through and out past this racket I didn't create, and I was certain that's what I should do. But the guide said you can't, because this place that you're in is the now, and it's always with you. There is never a time when you're not in the now. It's a place that you will always be. But because your mind is somewhere so far away, it can ruin the now that you see. So sit down, relax, and we'll clear all this up. If you listen, I can show you how. Though I didn't believe that this mess was from me, I sat with my guide in the now. To remove all the fog, the first thing you must do is learn the real source of this tizzy. What's blocking the now comes from all of your thoughts, and your mind always being so busy. See, these thoughts are just stories. Most don't have a use. All they do is just clutter your head. Once you figure this out, they can pass and move on, and you'll start to find now, the guide said. "Yeah, but these thoughts, don't I need all of them?" I blurted, so very confused. "'Cause I'm always thinking, my brain's always full. Don't all of my thoughts have a use?" "No," said the guide, "since the thing about thoughts is they're full of this meaningless chatter, yammering endlessly, filling your head with stuff that does not really matter. What they actually do is obscure what is real and turn into a screen that can hide all that is happening here in this moment we have. So you miss out on now," said the guide. To uncover the now and get rid of this ruckus, you need to stay quiet and hear each of the thoughts that you're constantly having and let them begin to appear. Then you will become the observer who sees all these thoughts that can mess up your view. From there, they'll become something separate, distinct, that are outside and other than you. You see, you aren't your thoughts, but these things like to linger, running amuck in your head. But when you understand that they're not who you are, they can all clear out instead. I wasn't so sure this would actually work, but I wanted to give it a try and see if my thinking could somehow take shape to discover the now with my guide. The first thoughts I saw looming there in the haze brought with them worry and fret. They made me quite nervous of what was to come, of a future that wasn't here yet. I began to stress out over what might occur. There were so many possible things about the next day or the next year to come. Who knows what the future could bring? "Oh, these thoughts," said the guide, "do they offer a plan or actions that you can take today? 'Cause if you do something here and then act in the now, you can keep future worries away." But if all of these thoughts only bring with them fear of things you cannot control, you should just ignore them. They've nothing to give. Please do not let them take hold. Instead, try to bring your mind back to this moment by taking a big deep breath in, and this trick will help you return to the now, where these future worries can't win. So I looked at them all and I took what was useful, actions that could be applied. Then I let all these future thoughts flutter away and came back to the now with my guide. The next thoughts that appeared were of things from my past, like errors that still cause regret, and ways I was treated that still made me mad. All these things I just could not forget. I could just not forget. Yes, your sorrow is from what has happened before, but you cannot go back there to mend, because what has occurred is now done, said the guide. The past cannot change, my young friend. But what you can do is begin to let go of this time that is over and gone. Only then can you truly be here in the now, when the past has released and moved on. Well, yeah, but I'm sorry for how I behaved and still hurt from how they made me feel. I cannot just let these things go, I continued, because they're still painful and real. You're only affected by thoughts from the past because your thinking helps keep them alive. If you listen and use my advice, the guide said, these thoughts can no longer survive. You must first forgive you for the way you behaved to set yourself free from your shame. Then release the bad feelings about all the others so you can let go of the blame. But if these past events offer something to learn and apply it to the now, you will find that when you forgive, then move on and let go, you will do things much better next time. I let the past go but held on to its lessons so I could forgive and allow these old thoughts to leave since they didn't belong with me and my guide in the now. The last of these thoughts that were blocking the now were insisting that things should all shift. They wanted it their way, to change what was fact, and did not like what is, and were miffed. This pair, warned the guide, won't accept how things are, so they will not ever approve. These thoughts will resist when you try to let go. It is hard to convince them to move. Yeah, but I wish that I was in charge. I don't like what is, I then cried. But you have no say in what happens out there, only how you react, said the guide. Instead of just longing for things to be different, why don't you try to embrace all that actually is and allow what is real to enjoy what you have in this space? And when you decide to be grateful instead for what really is in this land, all that you have will begin to shine through, and the beauty of now will expand. So I looked all around, and I chose to be thankful, and then I began to decide to let go of control and accept all that is, and appreciate now with my guide. Then all of the chaos and fog disappeared, thanks to my thoughts moving past. I started to see what was truly around. I was in land of now, here at last. Wow, I exclaimed. How'd I miss all this wonder? Why couldn't I see it before? This place is amazing. I feel so at peace. Oh, please tell me there's more. What you see, said the guide, it has always been here, but the splendor of now wouldn't show until you had become very present and still and had let all the useless thoughts go. So now that they're gone, you can start to enjoy this spot right here under our tree and live in the moment, this beautiful place, in land of now here with me. Yeah, but what can I do when the chaos comes back and all of the thinking returns? I want to stay here in the now, I proclaimed. Is there something that I can still learn? Yes, said the guide. You must learn to detect when your thinking has taken command. If you feel worried or anxious or sad, it can mean you are not in this land. Once you're aware that these thoughts have come back, just remember the skills you have gained. How to clear up your mind and be here in the now, so that none of these thoughts can remain. Just shift your attention and wiggle your toes, then feel the cool breeze on your face, or focus on sounds that you'll hear all around. It will help you stay here in this place. So now when my mind gets all flustered and full and the mayhem wells up from inside, I'll pause for a moment and take a deep breath to stay in the now with my guide. This land of now is here for you too. It's something we all can possess. When you learn to let go of the thoughts you don't need, you'll be free of the chaos and stress. You see, my dear friend, you are always in now, so please do not waste one more minute. Being stuck in your thoughts, missing out on what's here, the now's all there is, so be in it. The end. Here's that website. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. See you later.